Hey everyone, I am back. Dr. Hammond here with your mental health moment. I hope that you have had a really great week here. Um, I am just getting off a flight here, so I'm going to do a quick mental health moment today. And thanks for those who are starting to join here. It's Dr. Hammond here with your mental health moment. I just got to Kentucky today. So welcome. Thanks for those who are starting to join here. For those of you who are new to Mental Health Moment, it's Dr. Hammond here. We are here every Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on Black Women Empowered Incorporated Facebook page, YouTube Live, and LinkedIn Live. But for those of you who are returning and are here every single Tuesday, welcome back. It's Dr. Hammond here with your Mental Health Moment. Again, I just got into Kentucky here. So hi, thanks for those who are starting to join here. So I'm going to do a quick mental health moment today and be on my way today. But I hope you all are doing well. So last week, for those of you who tuned in last week, I was giving you a couple of tips about resilience, right? And how to really get through. And I know a lot of you were saying in the comments just some of the things that you do and some of the things that you try to make sure you're taking care of yourself, right? Especially throughout the harder times. And hi, thanks for still starting to join here. It's Dr. Hammond here with your mental health moment. So today is really a part two to that, because the thing is, you know, whatever hardship you may be going through, or maybe there's people around you who are going through hard things, which of course affect you as well. One of the things to really remember is who or what helps to give you hope, because hope is very powerful. And I know it's not always easy to have hope that things will get better, that you can see, the light at the end of the tunnel, or, whatever it is you're going through. I really completely personally and professionally understand that. But the more that you can work on clinging to that hope, again, if it's a person in your life, if you're a person of faith, if it's, a friend, family member, whomever it is, or maybe it's something that you do in your life, a practice, a spiritual practice, or a emotional practice, mental practice, or something that you do that gives you hope, right? Or a combination of those things. But it's really important. And thanks for those who are still starting to join here. It's Dr. Hammond here with your mental health moment. We're talking really about part two to last week about resiliency, but thinking about number one, like, what is it for you that gives you the most hope, and trying your best to get back to a place where you can still see that hope, right? Where you can still see that possibility of positivity, and you can see yourself in whatever situation you're dealing with. You can see yourself getting through. You can see that at some point you will get through, and you may be a different person, right? Which may be a good or bad thing, hopefully a good thing, and getting through whatever difficult times you're going through. But the point is understanding that you can get through, because what happens a lot of times, you all, with when you really get depressed, or when you get anxious, or whatever really strong emotions you're starting to feel a lot, and everyone's guilty of this, a lot of times you start to distort reality. You start to tell yourself things that are not true, especially about yourself. But I really want to remind you all today, you are amazing human beings. You are powerful human beings. You can get through whatever it is that you're getting through, and just remember to make sure that you are finding the time to cling to that hope, right? And thanks for those who are still starting to join here. It's Dr. Hammond here with your mental health moment today. The other thing too that I want to remind you about when it comes to resiliency, because a lot of times, especially for those of you who have been tuning in for, I don't know, like years, I feel like, for a mental health moment. And thank you for that, by the way. Thank you for you not only just tuning in, but taking the time to take care of you. But I want to remind you that even though a lot of mental health moment is focused on self-care, where you're at, taking care of yourself, taking care of those around you, I really want to remind you that it is okay to feel overwhelmed. Okay, it is okay to feel overwhelmed, because the reality is sometimes, and good evening, thanks for those who are still starting to join here. Because the reality is sometimes especially when you're working on yourself, there is going to be a situation, I promise you, where you're like, man, I just took like 5 steps back. Right. So when you're there, or if you're like, Dr. Hammond, I'm so overwhelmed right now with everything happening, please understand that that is completely normal. You're allowed to be stressed out. You're allowed to be overwhelmed, but your goal is to start to think about getting back to the path of your resilience and what that looks like for you. And then the third thing I want to remind you of briefly today is really remember that we are heading, it's hard to believe, but we are heading into the end of the year here. You all, like, we are only a couple months out to the end of the year. So you know what happens at the end of the year when it comes to, if you celebrate holidays, there's a ton of holidays at the end of the year. I mean, it can be very overwhelming. A lot of end of the year goals. A lot of you may be reflecting whatever goals you have this year, which got accomplished, didn't get accomplished, or whatever it is that happened. You may be reflecting on 2022 and wondering about what 2023 is going to be like, right? All of these things start to happen at the end of the year. So again, I want you to, number one, be gentle with yourself, but two, remind yourself you are okay if you have the feelings of being overwhelmed. You are okay if you have the feelings of being stressed out. We are human beings. It doesn't mean you cannot continue on your self-care journey. It doesn't mean you cannot continue on your wellness journey. This is a part of the process. And again, as a reminder, I know I repeat this every mental health moment, but I'm going to repeat it again for you because I really want you to remember you deserve to be happy. You deserve to be emotionally healthy. You deserve these things because, again, your brain will tell you differently, especially when you are in stressful situations. Whatever it is that you're dealing with, we did a lot of mental health moments actually about negative self-talk and about self-love and those types of things, but it's really easy sometimes to fall back into whatever type of negative thinking pattern that you've been in, which is normal. So remember that. But your goal, again, is just to try to get yourself back on the path that you need to be on, for you to experience the most joy. You're allowed to have joy. You deserve to be happy. You deserve to be emotionally healthy. Yep. I'm reading some of your comments here, and good evening to those two who are starting to join here. Is Dr. Hammond here with your mental health moment today. So today I wanted to give you some quick tips about, again, this is part 2 here, for resilience and the things that you need to be thinking about, clinging to hope, whatever that looks like for you, making sure that you understand when the bumps come in the road, which they will. We know life throws surprises at us. It's okay to feel overwhelmed. It's okay to feel stressed out. But again, working on where do you need to be, and also remembering what phase of life you're in right now. So for some of you, you're like, Dr. Hammond, this is a amazing time. I am really happy. Things are going great. Or for some of you, you're like, I am in a dark time for whatever it is that's going on with you. Okay, so especially though, when you're going at all times, but especially when you're going through a really rough time, a stressful time, again, please remember to take care of yourself. Please remember to be gentle with yourself. And also, I share this again professionally and personally with you, because the last couple years, I know for myself personally, dealing with grief, dealing with loss, and dealing with a lot of really, really emotionally painful things, I knew, especially during those times, it was very important to be gentle. That the self-care, all those types of things, they have to ramp up during those times, physically making sure to really take care of myself as during those times, because again, your body, we talked about that in another mental health moment, but your body is trying to process all this too, along with your brain, and it's overwhelming, right? So when you feel tired, you're fatigued, physically you don't feel well, emotionally you don't feel well, mentally, it's because sometimes we just have too much to process. So it's very important, again, that you please be gentle with yourself, especially during that time. Please take the time you need. If you need to talk to an employer or whatever it is you need to do, to make sure that you take the time you need. If you need a mental health day, if you need a little bit more time than that, or you need to have some conversations with those who are close around you to make sure you're getting the self-care that you need, and setting appropriate boundaries, please take those steps. If you all need me at any time, you know, you can always reach out to drnikishahammond.com. You can also follow me on Instagram, dr.hammond, or Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter. I'm on social media, usually giving out some mental health resources on there. So be sure to reach out if you have any questions, if you need any resources. Again, you always know where to reach me. You can send me a direct message on there, or you can go to my website. So I am, let's see here. Oops. Good evening to you as well. Just reading through some of the comments here. Someone said I needed this today. Thank you for joining. You're welcome. You're welcome. So yeah, so if you need me at any time, again, feel free to reach out. I will be back next Tuesday, probably not in a car, you all. Like I said, for those of you just tuning in, I literally just got off a flight. So that is why I'm in a car, before I head to where I need to head to in Kentucky. But probably next week I will not be in a car in theory. But nonetheless, thanks so much for joining here. I'll be back next Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on Black Women Empowered Incorporated Facebook page, YouTube Live, and LinkedIn Live. So I'll see you guys next time. Bye, you all.